Hello and welcome to Moorhan. We're hanging out in the offices of Beardscapes Landscapes because we have a slightly different episode for you this week. So, a couple of days ago on stream, we received a request for a consultation for some terraforming work. So, we met up with Black Bear and had a little chat. Let's see how that went, shall we? How can Beardscapes Landscapes help you this fine day?
So you're gonna have to look at that. I like your little lights in here and everything, and your tree. Look at that! Wow.
Well, you know.
Look at this.
Okay, so the idea of this room was to have like two things in it so that people don't get distracted, and all you've done is been distracted by the two things in the room.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong there. You've been to my base, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Not for a little while, of course, but
Yeah. Yeah, so we might have to go over there in a little bit if you're down. But I have a makeshift path already made out. But it could definitely use some that way you have a kind of a template, but it could definitely use some creative aspects added to it to make it look less like a 2-year-old's done it and more like a man's done it.
Well, I'm sure Beardscapes and Landscapes can certainly aid you with that.
For sure.
I suppose the best thing to do would be for me to come and visit the sites and see if we can't work out a deal here. I can see what can be done with your path, make a few suggestions, and then we can have a discussion.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Now, before we go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
What's your prices looking at, man?
Well, it kind of depends on the job that needs doing, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
that makes sense.
There's also materials and supply as well. So
For sure.
I mean, if you want me to supply the materials, that's obviously fine, but it's going to cost you a little bit more.
Okay. Now, do you? I just noticed your chair's bigger than mine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a power play.
Yeah, it's an executive chair, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, you don't get one of those. Carry on.
Yeah.
I want to make it obvious what chair you're supposed to sit in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, see, when I come in the door, I thought that this was my chair, but I guess I was wrong.
Well,
anyway,
you're very wrong. Yeah, carry on.
do you also build houses? I noticed on the tour there was a house in there. Is that just to kind of give you a feel, or do you also do that?
Well, I mean, houses can also be built, but you have to bear in mind that they quite often don't come with an interior.
Oh, that's totally fine. That's 100% fine.
So, you might need to find yourself an interior designer. But yes, I can certainly build houses for you as well.
Nice. So are we ready to go?
Yes, lead the way, Fine Bear. Let's go.
All right. Give me 1 second, guy. I'm looking at your pickle. I like them. So every carved out square is going to be some type of building, or like basically is a lot. Now over here at the end, I probably this is going to be a large house. It's going to be, the main villager, maybe even an Iron Golem's house. Who knows? It's going to be basically the mayor of this little town village thing that I'm building.
Okay, so is this path leading up to the main entrance, and that's the floor plan of the building? Yeah.
Yeah. What I may do is get you to maybe do a path up to here, and that way, just in case, because I don't know how much of this is going to change. So I think maybe up to there, and then once I get this thing built, then we can bring you back in to finish this.
Yeah. Well, I assume you're gonna want a garden out the front, aren't you? So I'll do a path up to the garden gate for you if you like.
Yeah, that'll work.
So
I think probably for now we'll leave it here. Go ahead and give me a quote for this part over here, right? But for now we'll just do up to right this path here.
Okay, cool. So it's all this bit here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was going to kind of wrap it around this way.
Split around the tree. I can make that work. That could look really cool.
You can, or you? Yeah, I would love to do that.
I can make that work. I mean, it'll essentially be like this will look like a shortcut path, and then the main path will have to go around this way. But we can make that look like a shortcut. I mean, to be honest, if I need to, I'll just move the tree.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Well, for Beardscapes and Landscapes, no job is too big or too small.
No,
and, yeah, it's fine.
I just didn't want to cut this tree down. So here's the thing. If you're able to work with it, then leave it. If not, it's not a big deal. Listen here, man. Whenever you go into like a home improvement store of whatever everyone has, right?
Yeah.
When you're going to paint walls, right? When you're going to build, what do they have? They have this big, massive wall of like paint palettes. You know what I mean? That way you can see, hey, you know, this color looks really. What are you? Hold on. He is behind my shoulder on your. Was he? I get distracted easily. So they have that big wall, right? And then you can take pieces home and put it up against your wall at home. Be like, hey, you know what? I think this color right here
I get you.
would be amazing. That's what I'm thinking.
So what you want me to do is essentially bring a color palette wall to your town hall.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're the professional here.
I can set you up a couple of color palettes over here and be like, you know, here's some suggestions. But it kind of depends on the style you're going for as well, though.
So I will send you a couple of style ideas.
Ooh.
Through your email, right? What's that? Beardstone at Minecraft.com.
Well, no, it's actually it's Beardstone at Right, don't tell anyone, it's super secret, right? It's landscapes and beardscapes.co.uk.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, you have that. Nice, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's Beardstone at Beardscapes and Landscapes. Or Landscapes and Beardscapes. They both work because I can't remember which way round I got.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm sure if you email the designs to there, then that'll definitely work.
I'm gonna go ahead and send you those probably later tonight. And dude, get out of here, man. We are talking. You are very rude. He's gonna be the next one to die. I'll tell you that.
Sorry. What do you mean? What do you mean next one to die?
Nothing. I don't mean anything. Anyway. He's holding a rose.
I reckon I could do the whole path for you, materials and all, for a diamond block, and I'll sort you out a couple of color palettes for the town hall as well.
Yeah, I can do that. You let me ask, do you take payment after it's done?
Well, you know, usually we do take a 50% deposit to confirm the job has been booked in, and then we would expect the final 50% on completion of the job.
I'll tell you what if I give you this for now, right? And
well, that doesn't make me want to take the job, if I'm honest. Yeah.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm trying to give you something that's collateral, right? Because half of a diamond block, it's no longer a diamond block, you know? I'm trying to give you collateral.
I'll tell you what, you could just give me, like, 4 diamonds.
Here, I'll give you this as collateral.
Is this going to be a 1 diamond book? That's not even worth a diamond. Come on. Come on. You need to give me 4 diamonds, and then I'll give them back to you in exchange for a diamond block once the job's done.
All right, that works. How about?
I think that's
would
fair.
You get out of here, Joseph?
He's trying to get your diamonds. That's what this is.
All right, there we go.
Not bad.
Nope. Shut that.
Not bad.
Shut that.
I didn't touch it. I ain't no crook.
Yeah, no, I know you're not crook.
Sweet, I've got his diamonds. Leg it.
If you wanted, you can add to the price, obviously, too. But if you wanted and you had time, if you wanted to build something like a little house.
Well, by all means, I can build a house, but that will have to be quoted as a separate job. I'm sure you understand.
Okay. So you couldn't just add to the job that you already have?
Well, I could, but you know,
Well, how much do you build houses for?
Well, it depends. Like, I mean, how big a house do you want? Are you talking this?
Well, I mean, see, my lots aren't very big.
Are you talking this sort of size, or are you talking the sort of size that I seem to build everywhere else?
I mean, you can build if you plan on building a larger house. then I would definitely just recommend you building down here, and I will happily pay.
Well, you have to bear in mind a job like that is, that's a good couple of days' work building a house like that. So you're gonna be looking at like a stack of diamond blocks for something like that.
A stack of diamond blocks. A stack of diamond blocks.
If you wanted me to build a house this size, you're probably going to be looking at about half a stack, I'd say. Yeah, because that is going to take a very long time to do.
I can do half a stack of diamonds.
No. You're funny. No, I'm out.
Oh,
you have to bear in mind, Bear, right? If I was to go mining, I could make 15 diamonds an hour. Building a house like that would take about 10 hours, maybe more.
Yeah. Well, how about this? All right, I will happily. I see that you're a busy man.
Well, yes.
So I will be down to negotiate at a later date. Now here's in a serious note. I will most likely half a stack of diamond blocks. Woo.
So there we have it. Beardscapes and Landscapes has its first job lined up, and the final deal was that we are going to landscape his path, and we're going to build him a small house on the beach, which we managed to swindle another 2 diamond blocks for, so I'm fairly pleased with that. So overall, we've got 3 diamond blocks in our back pocket, and we've got a little bit of work to do. So let's crack on, shall we? I'm going to go back to my base, grab some resources, and I'll see you guys over at Bear's place. I've made it over here to Bear's base, and I think I've got probably everything I need, but we did come to the agreement that anything I'm missing I can steal from his, storage platform, I suppose, at this stage, over there. So hopefully we should be okay, but we'll have to see. So what we're going to do is we're putting a small building here, so he wants it to be sort of similar size to these, but once again using sort of slightly different materials. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how we can fit something in there. And other than that, we're going to be bringing the path up to roughly this line here, as you probably saw in the previous part of the video. And yeah, we're going to weave the path around here. He has said that in between these 2 plots is where the path needs to go, so it doesn't necessarily have to follow this, which means I can sort of play around with the front of these buildings a bit as well. But yeah, I think the best thing to do is definitely going to be to build the house here so I can see where I want the path to lay around it and figure it out from there. So, time lapse. Okay, cool. And I think with that, we are done. So we've created him a cool little house over here, also known as Beard House. As we discussed, I haven't done the interior for Bear, but I will leave that in his capable hands. I've given him one of his little plants that he was so fascinated by in the office, one of the many distractions, so I brought that over here for him as a housewarming gift, and a bright pink bed, which is what I was using while I was doing the build. I have done the path all the way around. I've sort of sorted out the front gardens and tidied up the front of these bits where they attach to the path as well, just to make them a bit more interesting. We've also added a couple of benches here and there along the path, but overall, I think that's looking pretty cool. So I believe that is the very first Beardscapes and Landscapes contract almost complete, because we do still have one more task that we need to do. If we go over this way, I also needed to sort of come up with a colour palette for him for his town hall. So he did send me a couple of images of the kind of thing he was after, and essentially just think sort of, you know, white houses, Georgian houses, that kind of thing. But he wants to add a bit of colour into them as well. So I've grabbed a few blocks and I'm going to just set up a couple of bits for him here, just so he can see sort of roughly what I'm thinking could work quite well for him. So yeah, they're the sort of two colour palettes I think he should look at. I think the dark green and the prismarine works a lot better, but obviously the terracotta's easier to get hold of, so it kind of depends what route he wants to go. But I think this, and then using the green terracotta for some sort of accents and stuff throughout the building, could work quite well for him. So I'm going to leave those there, and I'll have a chat with him, and, you know, if he wants to play around with a couple more things, I will come back and do that. That's not a problem. And now it's fair to say that that is going to be the end of the episode. We've had a good little build over here. We've completed our first contract for Beardscapes and Landscapes. Woo! So that's pretty cool. And as always, if you have enjoyed the video, please do drop a like and leave a comment. It does help the video greatly and get it in front of other people. And if you're new here, then please do subscribe as well, because you know, we all like big numbers, right? And this guy is proper freaking me out. What is your problem? In the meantime, don't forget you can also catch me on Twitch. I stream live on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 PM GMT. So do catch me over there. There's a link below right now. Bye-bye now. Let's go for the ones that aren't quite so close to the villagers, shall we? Oh, I don't want to be shooting. Oh, God.